It sounds good.
All right, starting. We are live. Welcome, everyone, to the live stream tonight. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics coming to you live from the fish room. And we have a very special guest tonight. To the live stream tonight. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. Well, let me find it and mute it.
There you go.
And we have a very
She didn't catch it the first time. We got it the second time.
tonight. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. Well, let me find it. Yep, it's the bottom one, the live output.
Gotcha.
Well, everybody, you can be a pro after you've done this a couple times. But everyone, we hope that you're seeing me and hearing me okay. And at this time, I'd like to introduce my very special guest, Michael Eugenio from Green Oasis Farms. Michael, come on in.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? How you doing today, Susan?
Doing good, Michael. You know, we've all been frazzled here for the last 15 minutes.
I tried 3 different mics. She's like, I can't hear you.
And it's all my USB plug-in lapel mic. Google doesn't like it.
It's, who knows what it's going to like one day to the next. Right?
You think you got it right, and then it just goes away.
Hey, like I said, you never know from one minute to the next. That's why I'm like, I always have 3 different mics on hand, and I was really mad that all 3 weren't working. I'm glad that it was on your end and not mine.
Well, turn around, stare at your aquarium for about 5 seconds, take a deep breath. Okay. Blood pressure, come down.
And then prior to this, I was putting away my live fish order that came in today.
Yes. And then your baby got sick.
And he got sick. That's right. I was just one thing after the other. It's the challenges of being a fish keeper, business owner, and a parent all at the same time.
Well, I hope he's feeling better this evening, is he?
Yes, he's doing much better.
Good. Yep. I wanted to go back to the top of the chat. We have 11 viewing right now, so we want to welcome everyone into the live stream. We have One Fish, Two Fish ROC, Liz. We've got Melvin at Phoenix Aquatic 411. We've got Jason Fish from Fish Tropic. We have Daryl Deemer. We have Spoiled Fish. Welcome to the house, Spoiled Fish. And we have Diego at Pet Sonics, my buddy.
All right.
Let's see if I can find anyone else right quick. David Betancourt's in the house. Hello, David.
Hello.
Freshwater Fish Freaks. Michael is in the house. Hey, Michael. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Liz says, can you convince Mike to stand up and model what I think is a Trash Panda shirt?
That's right. Trash Panda right there. We call it, listen, we started our own trend in aquatic experience. So Sean Peck, Greg Jones, and Mike Haynes from Mass Aquarium, we have decided that at certain points of the night, we would go to our hotel room and play Trash Pandas. So we've made that a trend, and now we are literally the Trash Pandas, and all we do now is get things Trash Panda. And this actually shirt was sent to me this morning from Peck Tech himself, Sean. So he sent this over to me, including he sent me the game a couple of weeks ago because he knew how much I loved it. And we're trying to figure out how to way to stream it live so people can watch us play Trash Pandas. Because if you guys know Greg Jones is not only a great aquarist, but he's also great at Trash Pandas.
Awesome. I'm oblivious to it, so y'all gonna have to turn.
I was oblivious to it too. They introduced it to me, and honestly, it's a game that I fell in love with while I was there.
Well, I'll probably fall in love with it too. I gotta correct something here. Freshwater Fish Freak thought that I missed him. I did not miss you. I called your name.
She did call your name.
Yep, Michael, you're in the house. Unless that's your evil twin brother. I forget what we called him. But anyway, One Fish, Two Fish says it's epic, and she's laughing. She bought it to play at Christmas with her family.
Great, it's great.
Hashtag Panda Fam LOL.
That's right. That's right.
She wants to know, where do you get the shirts?
This shirt, Sean had it made for me. Sean Peck Tech himself had it made for me. He
Cool.
made one. He made one for our whole team, me, Greg, and Mike.
All right. David Betancourt is saying, nice floor there, Mike.
Oh, this floor, yeah, this is the floor. If anybody's been to a Firebirds restaurant, this is the same flooring that they use at Firebirds restaurant. This is actually my fish house outside of my house. So I had this floor put in my fish house.
Hello, Teresa Cookies in the house. We have HC Aqua, Jesse, all the way from Hawaii. Yeah, Michael's not going to have his chat, he said, so he's depending on me to keep up with the chat. Oh, you better pray for me.
Prayers coming your way.
Woo! Everybody's saying hello in Buford. Yeah, Michael at Freshwater Fish Freaks, his evil twin brother was Buford.
Buford.
Says he's safely locked away.
That's funny.
He did a couple videos that was absolutely hilarious.
That is hilarious.
But
I like the shirt. I like the shirt you're wearing.
Yes, I had to rock it. We have Green Oasis Farms in the house.
Yes, Green Oasis Farms. I love it.
I think you sent that to me as a gift. I don't think I won it, but I may have won it.
You listen, you're a winner in general, so either way you deserve it.
Thank you. And I'm rocking the Team Green Alliance bandana.
Nice. I'm loving the stuff I'm seeing in there. I'm going to start participating a lot more. I've been super busy, but I see so much care and so much people bringing people up. It's amazing. I'm absolutely great family sense of community right there. Love it.
It really is. And I thank God for Rack and Rob and the other founding members that helped bring that little group to come together. And people are hitting their milestones left and right. I think
left and right. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob listed about 5 of them just this past week. Some hit 400, some hit 500, some hit their 1,000, some hit their 2,000. So, congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. I'm about to hit my 2,000. Like I said, I'm smelling it. I'm waiting for it. But either way, I just appreciate everybody I already have, and hopefully new people join along for the ride.
Right. And I'd like to take this moment to invite anyone who does not know Michael at Green Oasis Farms. What YouTube channel is it?
It's my name, Michael Eugenio, Eugenio.
Too bad you can't type in the chat.
I wish I could. I can't type in there. If somebody can share my page, Michael Eugenio, or if not, we'll share it in the comments section or in the description of this live stream.
Yeah, call in on one of my mods, Daryl Deemer or Freshwater Fish Freaks. Go look for Michael Eugenio's YouTube channel and share that link in the chat for us. And
my icon's a betta fish. It's not a picture of me.
Yeah, his icon's a betta fish. David Betancourt's Michael also says that his trade is flooring, even though he's a chef.
Oh, awesome.
That's why he was drawn to your floor.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I went through a lot of different styles to look at, and I said, I want the one that's in Firebirds restaurant.
Well, it's beautiful. It's very colorful.
Thank you.
We also have Jeremy's Wild Studio in the house with us, and Dusty Hartle. He used to be DH Aquatics, but he's just Dusty Hartle now, unless he's on one of his other channels.
Okay. Welcome.
And everybody's still saying hi. David says, I'm still pushing 500, hopefully soon.
You'll get to that 1,000 before you know it.
Yes, congratulations on that. David's come back into the scene. I don't know if you've seen him more lately. He did a collab with Jeremy at Sergeant Tank. Great guy.
Jeremy gave me a few live streams I did with him, and we had a great time. Very good person to live stream with. Yeah, and you would be another one of my favorites.
Yes, I think Jeremy and I did a live stream on planted aquariums.
Okay,
excellent. One of his favorite subjects. We also have Aquatic Express in the house. Hello, I believe it's Donald. He's 14 or 15 now. I'm not sure how old he is. I might have made him older than he is. He bought some of my guppies last year.
Okay.
Let's see. Michael at Freshwater Fish Freak says, I'm about to start pumping content out again. We need to do our collab. Yes, we do, Michael. And I believe he wants to do a channel name change. And Michael, if you're still working on that background for my 29-gallon, I'd appreciate it. And let me know how much I owe you.
He's doing a custom background for your fish tank, like a 3D
tank.
background.
Yes.
Did you see how you're able to see mine back there that I made?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Have you painted it with the airbrush yet?
It's all done. It's all it has to do now is be sealed, and I'm good to go.
Awesome. Congratulations.
But it's a great thing. Anybody who can make these backgrounds, I give them a lot of credit. It's really it's easier than expected, but when you get to the painting and making the rocks look natural, that's where the hard part comes in, because you actually need a little bit of artistic ability to get there.
Well, this is for a lizard, isn't it?
Yes, that one's for a lizard, but I'm going to be doing one for a fish tank soon.
All right.
Yep,
that's awesome. Congratulations.
That one's for a bearded dragon, and I have to say, I think I saw your picture of you with a bearded dragon, and that's what inspired me to go get my bearded dragon.
Well, guess what? I still have not gotten a bearded dragon, but my grandson, my 7-year-old grandson, has a bearded dragon.
Nice, nice.
Named Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Okay, excellent.
Daryl Deemer shared your link to your channel.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Jeremy Wild World. Oh, New York Gold's in the house. You met him too, didn't you, Don?
Yes, yep.
Got some great folks in the house tonight. Freshwater Fish Freak says your background should be in the work soon. Oh, talking to me.
Oh, okay.
In the middle of moving at the moment. Sorry for the delay. No problem, Michael. I understand. He had to move. He had to break down his tanks, had to move in with his mother or mother-in-law, one or the other. And it's quite a change when you have to move your family. Melvin's at Phoenix Aquatic 411 Legacy says, I want to thank you, Susan, at SLC Aquatics for joining my live stream on Saturday night. You're welcome, Melvin's. Keep up the good work. And Michael at Freshwater Fish Freak says, my channel will be mostly just 3D backgrounds.
Nice. I really appreciate those channels. I did a lot of research on those particular channels prior to making mine, and I really look forward to seeing that.
All right. Want to go ahead, and I'm going to give the chat a break. So I'm asking my mods that if any important question comes up, to kind of repeat it or draw my attention to it. And if you would ask us a question and put on the symbol, the @ symbol in front of Susan for SLC Aquatics, it will highlight my name and I can catch those questions. So if y'all will help me out, and I'm going to let Michael please introduce his company and what's going on in Green Oasis Farms right now.
So what's not going on with Green Oasis Farms right now? There's a lot of growth. Listen, I can say that Susan was probably one of the first live streams that I've done when we first really started rolling. And if you guys were following from back then, you would know that all I was doing was growing aquatic plants in a greenhouse here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I would sell them out of the greenhouse. And basically, let's start from scratch. Before the aquatic plants came into the greenhouse, I was selling duckweed to fund the greenhouse. I sold enough duckweed on eBay to fund a greenhouse, all kinds of aquaponic systems, pumps, filters, a couple $1,000s in sales in duckweed, stuff that we throw out and take for granted. So I sold enough duckweed to fund the start of a business now that we're going on 3.5 years. And Susan was one of the first live streams, and we talked about how we were selling Anubias and Amazon swords. And I think one of my first interactions with Susan, I sold her a red melon sword.
And
it's beautiful. It's growing still.
Yes. And the Anubias nanos that you sold me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. So we were selling a lot of Anubias, a lot of Amazon swords, Panjatone bowls. We still sell all of those things, but that's basically all we were really selling. Then people kept saying, well, you sell a lot of great plants. Can you start adding bettas into the mix? And the bettas came along, and we did really good with the bettas. We do really well with those bettas, actually. Another thing that has happened since the bettas, we got into fancy snails. So we did different varieties of neorites, including red racers became really popular for a while. Tiger and zebra neorites, olive neorites were always pretty popular. What do you got going on over there? I see you with this string.
This is a bow.
Look at that. How long is that thing? Is that like 4 feet long?
This is the trim.
Wow.
From probably, the 55-gallon is what, 21 inches tall?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. This is the trim off of 21 inches. So that is another 4 feet.
Right. So speaking of plants also that get really large, now that's definitely something that I can say I've had firsthand experience. I've had Val as long as almost 6 feet long. But I was shocked one day when I was trimming up my red, it's deep red Ligwigia or dark red Ligwigia, some people call it, and there's regular red Ligwigia, but the dark red tends to be a lot brighter red. And I was growing it in my greenhouse and I was trimming it up one day and I found strands of it that were about 72 inches long. And it just grows like a vine like that. And it's the craziest thing. And if you let it just grow across the top of the water, it just grows roots through the stems and grows new plants come out the top. The next thing you know, you have more of that stuff than you know what to do with it. And actually, it's pretty native to most parts of the United States. So it's pretty easy to grow in most people's backyards if it doesn't get too cold.
Jesse in Hawaii says that he's getting ready to buy some red racer nearite snail soon. And didn't you have some of those?
I do sell. We do sell those. We're able to get them. We do ship to Hawaii. We ship pretty much. We ship to every state. So just not out of the country.
And we understand those. That gets expensive, and a lot of live plants and animals are held until they.
It would take too long. We did a test run, not with live animals. We did it with T-shirts. So we had somebody in Canada purchase T-shirts from us, and we sent them there. And it literally, and we're talking top priority mail. And it took over 2 weeks to get there. There would be no way that we can send live animals there. And it probably ran about $40 to send 2 T-shirts and just shipping alone.
Yeah. You'd have to really get into those trans shippers, I guess, and they can be iffy.
And even that, like we have a great trans shipper that we use, and we get things faster from the Philippines than we do from Canada. So I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why.
I wanted to know, you built some custom betta tanks.
Yes.
How did that system come out?
So the start of it's back there behind me. It's probably too bright for you to really see, but it's doing good. I'm going to be building 2 more of them. They're 5 compartments, so it's a 4-foot tank, 5 compartments, and each compartment's 3 gallons apiece. And the water can slowly go from one compartment to the next, and it could be either filtered by a bigger system or you can filter each system individually. I made it very customizable. So whether or not we're housing 50 bettas or 5 bettas, they're all going to be comfortable and in plenty of filtration.
Are you using air in those tanks?
Right now they're on air. It's our air stone, but they're going to be hooked to a sump later.
Okay.
When they're all built. When they're all built.
All right. Well, I know I've won mystery snails.
Yep, that's you.
And did you ever get into the shrimp?
We toyed with the idea. We made a lot of custom orders, and that's another thing, guys. Quick answer: no, we haven't sold shrimp officially on our website, but we custom order them for people all the time. If you're on my Facebook page for Green Oasis Farms, either one, I have a business page, and then I have just kind of like a social page. We usually announce when we're going to make orders, and if you want us to do anything custom, let us know what you're looking for. We can see how much it would cost, and we can add it to our order and ship it to you. So we have been doing that for people. But no, we have not officially put any shrimp on our page for sale, but we have successfully sent shrimp to people all over the place.
Okay, I'm going to mute my mic so that I can get your website and share it.
Okay.
So go ahead.
And the Facebook pages too, because that's where we do a lot of announcements on special orders and things. That's been my favorite part, is being able to share the quantity discounts with the customers to be able to say, well, because we're ordering so many as a group, we can get a cheaper price most likely than, than most retail stores. However, shipping is included with shipping's not included. I'm sorry. Shipping goes on top of that. So you want to make the order big enough so it's worth everybody's time involved, where, you're not paying now double, even though the price of the item was cheaper. Now shipping made it double than what it should have cost in the store to begin with. That was a big thing today. We had a lot of custom orders go out, like a lot of custom orders. From puffer fish all the way to saltwater corals. That's the type of things that we're sending out. Well, freshwater puffer fish, I should say, and saltwater corals. So a little bit of everything went out today. So on my website, if you go there, you'll be able to see just the basic items like some of the plants and the betta fish and possibly some guppies. I'm not sure if Paul have taken them down or not. However, I have a spot where you can contact us directly if there's something you don't see that you don't want, because we do specifically carry betta fish, plants, guppies, but we can get anything, and we are comfortable shipping everything. As you know, like we were talking about before, how much we've grown. We went from a greenhouse, so now we're sitting in a house that I had built for all my fish. It's not huge. It's only 300 square feet, so it's really the size of a bedroom or a large bedroom. It's temperature controlled. As you can see, my floor is tiled. I have rack systems all over the place. So if you've seen in my videos, I'm probably going to do like a fish room tour in here at some point. But I'm always in the middle of packing things, so everything's always a disaster. So I'm like, oh, I can't make a video now. I have all kinds of insulation and boxes on the floor, so I can't do a video. So that's what stopped me from doing that. But we also have this, and we have the location in Florida. It's in Ruskin, Florida. It's right up the street from a lot of major wholesalers, so we a lot of times get to go in person and pick out the fish directly for customers the day that they ship. So what we do is, say, for example, you ordered some fish from us, and the day they ship, we go there and inspect it, and we don't really like what it looks like. We're not going to send you that fish, obviously. So we're going to let you know ahead of time. We've looked at it. We're not comfortable sending to you. Either we're going to give you credit or a full refund right then and there on the spot. But we do inspect every fish that goes out from the wholesaler directly to for these custom orders, because we're literally right up the street from these guys.
I did share you the Facebook page, and also welcome to Candy Overhaul. She shared your website as well as I did.
Thank you, guys.
And if you will go to the Facebook page and look at the photos, you'll see some of the koi that are raised at the Florida site.
Oh yeah, koi, goldfish. We have a angel breeding facility that's starting to go up, and that's going to be a fun project. I really enjoy angelfish as well.
We got Rob 93 in the house. Hey, brother. He said, muscle up. Michael at Freshwater Fish Freak says he was missing his puffers. I believe he had to either rehome them or sell them in his.
What kind of puffers?
Michael, what kind of puffers did you have? I believe he had the freshwater puffers, but I'm not sure.
Because there's so many varieties of freshwater puffers too.
Yeah, who was it though? I watched a video yesterday or today, and they got, it might have been Angelo.
Okay.
Up in Canada that has I think he has 3 new puffers, and you know what, by the time you watch 25 videos in the day, they kind of all together.
I hear you on that one. I'm always watching these. I'm like, wait, who did I see that from? Who? I watched this great DIY video, but I don't know who did it anymore because it was like 10 videos ago.
When you go to search for it, it's not always at the top. You got to dig again.
Yep.
Okay, Michael says they were pea puffers.
Oh yeah, those are a lot of fun. I like those little guys.
But they only get what, 2 or 3 inches?
They stay small. They're pretty easy to keep. They're really fun to watch. I call them like little bumblebees. They're like little bumblebees swarming around the tank.
They're just active most of the time.
Yep.
That's cool. Oh, let's see.
It's like some of my saltwater puffers. I've had a dog face puffer. When I first got into those, I got kind of worried because some of them perch on things, and I've never seen a fish just like perch on something and just sit there like a bird. And I'm like, is there something wrong with that fish? Why is he just like sitting? He was sitting on the return, kind of like top of his body was kind of out of the water. Now the tank he's in is a 200-gallon cube, and it's like 3 feet tall, and he's all the way at the top with part of his body just sitting on top of the tank. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And then I put some food in the water, and he jumped right off and ate it and went back to his perch. I'm like, that's wonderful.
That
they,
was relieving, wasn't it?
they have some personalities on them, those things.
They're just like dogs, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeremy's Wild Studio says, I've had my pea puffers for half a year and they're still not even an inch long. Okay.
They take a long time sometimes to grow.
And then Michael at Freshwater Fish Freak says, yes, bumblebees. They are exactly like that.
That's exactly.
And they always come out to say hello when I come near the tank.
Like I said, now that's the thing about puffers. You can have gigantic puffers and tiny puffers. They all have great personalities. They're very smart fish and very great eyesight. They can notice you across a room, and they'll come straight to that tank, the front of the tank.
That's cool. Did you know that I'm official cichlid owner now?
No, I did not know that. So what do you got going on?
I have with the angelfish back here in the 55.
Yeah.
Sherry Sweeney at Sherry Sweeney's Fish Room, which she changed her channel name. I think it's Sherry's Fish Room. I'm not sure. She gave me a red shoulder severum.
Okay.
And it was about 1.5 inches, and now it's at 2.5 inches. It's growing quite quickly.
Okay. Okay. Good. You're gonna have fun with those.
At first, the paradise fish was kind of curious about him and kind of picking on him. And Sherry says, well, he better be friends soon because soon that severum's going to overrun him.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Hi, Island Queen. She's also in Canada.
Oh,
Darcy.
excellent.
Hello, Darcy.
Say how many more people in the chat have been were at the Aquatic Experience this year?
Yeah, how many was at the Aquatic Experience? Put AE in the chat.
Because I know I met a lot of people at the Aquatic Experience. It was overwhelming. I couldn't believe how many people came up to me. It was awesome, though.
I believe there was over 45 YouTubers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there was a lot of people.
Candy,
I was just really happy that my name made the shirt. I was like, my name's on the shirt.
I remember when that list was being created, and you know, I was wanting to be there, but I knew I had plans to go visit my mother, and so I had to visit my mom real quick, come back and take care of what my schedule was here at the church for our founders anniversary. Right. But I'm excited this year, so I'm making an official announcement that it's not confirmed, but I will be attempting to make Aquatic Experience 2019 in New Jersey this year.
Listen, I really hope, because I will definitely be there this year coming up. I will definitely be there. Some really big things going on this year, and I can slightly talk about them, but not really. It's all official. It is all official. We just haven't launched our website yet, but Green Oasis Farms and My Aquarium Box teamed up, and we created a sister company called Betta Oasis. And again, we don't have our website up yet, but we did at Aquatic Experience do a dry run, show people what the company was going to be. And we also did a project where we had a YouTube video with a link attached to be able to win one of our systems. It's going to be a website where you can go and literally in 3 or 4 steps create a Betta aquarium from start to finish. They're going to be 3-gallon plus tanks, and you literally start to finish. You can send somebody a gift right to their office, right to their house, something for yourself. You can buy you can buy high-end bettas there, low-end bettas. It's pretty much a one-stop shop. It's going to be a new way of buying betta fish for people and for yourself as well. But we have a lot going on with that. And again, it's exciting to be working with My Aquarium Box to do that, because it is definitely something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. I've been watching Greg and Mike's videos for ages. And when they contacted me to do a collaboration company, I said, absolutely, that'd be awesome.
Somebody knocking on your door.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Know that One Fish, Two Fish ROC says AE 10 foil hat, and Susie Q from Q Aquatics and Exotics has joined us. And she also was at the Aquatic Experience. And One Fish, Two Fish ROC says that she and Susie Q at Q Aquatics has seen the trailer on the
Betta Oasis.
Betta Oasis. I couldn't get it out of my mouth. But they said it's going to be awesome, and it's a fantastic concept. Thank you, Liz.
We had a lot of great feedback at Aquatic Experience and a lot of great feedback on the surveys that we sent out. And we really do feel like it's going to be great. And the fish are going to come with care sheets for people. Let's say you bought a gift, and let's say it wasn't the best idea to buy them a gift because they're new and they're inexperienced. There's going to be a care sheet that takes them every step of the way, from water conditioners all the way through doing their first water change.
Wonderful. That is going to be so exciting, and it's going to brighten someone's day.
Absolutely.
Spoiled Fish says, oh, it's asking a question to Q. Got a turtle now. Your videos pushed me up over that hump and got a Mississippi map.
I love turtles. I have a false map turtle, and Greg actually has a bunch of map turtles too. Map turtles are great. Beautiful animals and great starter turtles. How big do they get? It depends. It depends. Males stay smaller, females get larger. My turtle actually stays about the size of the palm of my hand as a male. He won't get much bigger than that, where there's other ones that get slightly larger, and the females can get 8 or 9 inches, some of them.
Okay. Phoenix says, I'm doing great. I just started a second YouTube channel, Freshwater People who want to keep their water but wanted to do saltwater but afraid to do it because it's expensive. Could you help there, Michael, about people who want to start salt but they're afraid and always heard that it's so expensive to have salt water?
So yeah, so it's a double-edged sword. So let's start from the beginning. Salt water can be as easy as or as hard as you make it, just like fresh water. So you can go easy with fresh water, possibly do a simple guppy tank, maybe some basic plants, right? But salt water, you know, you can do another basic thing. You can do damselfish. You can do live rock. You can do live rock only with fish. You can do live rock with corals. So it depends on how you want to go. I would always suggest when you do salt water, unfortunately, the best way to go is bigger is the better in salt water. If you start with a small tank, you're most likely going to fail because parameter changes are very hectic for saltwater fish. Even on some of the easier fish, when parameters change, you can have quite a drawback from your fish's health and things like that. If your salinity is constantly dropping and raising, and if your pH is dropping and raising, you know, that's a problem that can happen. But it's not the short answer is it doesn't have to be expensive. The long answer is the cheaper you start out, the more you're going to find out that there's a lot more stuff you want to do, and then it starts to become expensive as you go along. Like I originally started in a 55-gallon tank. I just had live rock, clownfish, and maybe a wrasse and some other, like maybe firefish. Those are all basic beginner fish, and I had no problems. But then I'm like, well, you know what? I really want to get into corals. And corals are like that too. Corals can be some of them could be really easy. Some of them could be really hard. So if you want to go with some of your easier corals, you start off with soft corals. Now I start asking yourself, now that I'm in the coral game, I have to go with an expensive light. Now it started to get expensive, right? So now you got that. And now you realize that you've added corals and you start feeding your corals, your nitrates start going higher. So you have to do things like buying cleanup crews. You possibly want to get a protein skimmer. Now it got even more expensive. And it just adds on to how it goes. But you could start off relatively cheap and then you can work your way up as you go along. You don't have to start with everything up front. You can start with a basic setup. If you watch Mike at Mass Aquariums, he has a 40-gallon tank that just runs on a hang-on-the-back filter. It's a beautiful reef tank. And he doesn't have a protein skimmer. He just has a bunch of soft corals, and it looks great and fairly inexpensive. He just bought a little bit at a time.
All right. Thank you so much with that. Anybody in the Connecticut Northeast area, Freshwater Fish Freaks needs to rehome his turtle. So if y'all want to help him out there and you're close in his vicinity, contact Michael at Freshwater Fish Freaks, or you can contact me and I can connect you guys on Facebook. Look for, anyway, contact me because right now I'm blank. The code.
contact me somewhere. Somewhere you can find me.
Yeah, I was thinking about Michael at Freshwater Fish Freaks, his real name on Facebook, and I went blank, so I'm embarrassed myself. Corey's Exotics is in the house. We have 23 viewing right now, Michael.
Excellent.
The Cove is in the house. Angelo's joined us. Hello, Angelo. We were talking about
Hello, Angelo.
prediction. He said, sorry, I can only pop in for a few seconds. Hope everyone's having a wonderful night. Love you. Yep, he's probably on dad duty.
He's like, I heard somebody talking about me. I'm here.
Don't forget to hit that like button, everyone. Thank you very much. Michael at Freshwater Fish Freaks says, I had a flame angelfish. He died on Christmas. Never been as upset about the loss of a fish as I was with that one. So sorry for your loss there, Michael.
Yeah, sorry about that. And those flame angel fish, they have great personalities and they can be quite expensive too.
Yeah, I'm sure that was part of the sorrow.
That's, you know what? It's like the old saying, like you know, you'll remember a $2 fish when it dies, but you really remember a $50 or $100 fish when it dies.
Yep.
But you know, again, I tend to think a lot of my fish have different personalities, and some of them I actually do bond with, like my porcupine puffer, dog face puffer, and my triggerfish are definitely some of my favorite fish that I have.
They hear some good stories from you, I bet.
Yeah.
You talk to them. Who was I? I was watching the video the other day, and there was this person. I mean, you know, it's not really mental illness, but depression, and you know, it's labeled under mental illness. So that's a harsh label to put on anybody. But we all suffer at times with oppression, depression. You know, you just can't get going sometimes. And all he had to do was turn around and spend a few minutes with his aquarium and his favorite fish. And, you know, it helped him get through the day. And, you know, that's the beauty and the therapy that aquariums can do for each one of us. And, you know, and just like that campaign of the gift of a betta in a customized situation, I can just see it really brightening an elderly person's life or a child who's limited with his abilities, and gives him something to learn how to take care of and just, you know, spend time with. Something that's not going to live a year and die on you like a guppy will sometimes, you know, 1 to 3 years on. But a betta can live, what, 10 to 15 years?
Well, I mean, I've never seen them live that long. I know people that have had them for 5 to 7 years that I've seen,
Okay.
but 10 to 15, I'm not sure. If anybody has seen that, please put it in the chat box, because I've seen it the most like 5.5 to 6 years old. I've heard people say 7, but I didn't know them personally. But you're absolutely right. A fish like a betta fish, as simple as a betta fish, could completely turn somebody's life around. And I don't know if people are aware, and I don't even know if you are aware of this, but we give away probably 2 to 3 different bettas in a month to different people. We live stream a lot on different Facebook groups, and we'll do random name selections. We'll throw a contest up where people share stuff, and then we'll randomly select a name from whoever shared something and give away betta fish. We always give away fish when we can, just because whoever wins it, we feel, is probably the person who needed it the most.
That's right. You need to really go over there and follow them on Facebook, because I've won some things, and then a lot of times they'll give you a peek of some new fish that comes in, and that's how I was able to get Colonel Mustard.
That's right. You did get the mustard gas.
Yes, I did. And he actually went to Rick's house to live, because when I was downsizing, I let him take his pick. And I told him, I said, I'm going to squint my eyes at that. But yeah, you can have Colonel Mustard. But I didn't.
He was a beauty too.
He is a beauty. And I still have a cherry crown tail. I've got that pink veil tail that I call him Rosebud because he's pink. He's so pretty. And then that new female, everybody's saying it's a female, so I'm
I was the first one to start off. I said that looks like a female.
yeah. And then Shishi,
Uh-huh.
Betta, yeah, she's the other one who said she saw the egg spots.
So,
So.
so it'll be a female until it blows a bubble nest, and then we know for sure it's not. Sometimes they fool you. Sometimes they fool you. But to me, it looked like a female, but you just never know.
Yeah, I'm still learning about them. I
Yeah.
can sex a Cory cat, but I can't sex a Betta yet.
As obvious as it might seem for some people, like come on, you don't know the difference in a male and a female better. Sometimes some of the females that I get are so nice that when they're juvenile, very small or young, some of the females and males almost look identical. Because some of the females I get are just so colorful and vibrant, and usually we're used to seeing in local pet shops some of the females being so bland, and the ones I get are just some of them are just stunning. And some people are like, wait, that's a female? I'm like, yep, that's a female.
I'm trying to go back on the chat because I know I've lost some things. And because we've got so many in here, it's starting to jump around.
Got a lot of interaction.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, we always try to give away as many bettas as we can per month, just because we know there are people out there that can use a break, can use something different or something exciting to look forward to. So we do it as much as we can. And we have donated to schools, we've donated to public libraries, we've donated to senior citizen living facilities. We've done a lot of that because we know how important it is for people to be able to have an aquatic friend sometimes.
Yes, it's very important to someone who really gets a pick me up. If I haven't said hello to you all personally tonight, please forgive me for not saying hi to you because of when you've got a collab going on. A lot of times you need to interact with your guest, and sometimes I'm not able to get to the chat. But I did see Scott with Fancy Tail Aquatics come in, and he told me that I said that very nicely about, the mental illness, depression, oppression, how our fish can just give us a nice pick me up. Um, we've got Long Island Fish Guy in the house. Hello, welcome to the stream. We have Chris at Multi Tank Addictions in the house. If y'all are not familiar with Michael Eugenio, check him out on YouTube. He's very close to, what was it, the 2000?
2000, yep.
Yeah, he's very close. So part of the TGA team, we want to encourage y'all to reach over there and hit that subscribe button.
Yes, please, guys. And if anybody likes to do live streams, I'll be glad to do a live stream with you in the future as well. I'm really open to any channel. We could talk about any topic. I'm well versed on many things.
Yeah, I was going to say Michael is very versed, and his story of how he got started selling duckweed was just amazing.
I told that at a local fish club, and I think nearly 90% of them fell out of their chairs. They were like, wait a minute, we throw that stuff out every month. You mean to tell me you made thousands of dollars in duckweed to buy yourself a greenhouse and all the equipment that started your business? I said, absolutely. One man's junk is another man's treasure, right?
That's right. That's awesome. Chris Guston is in the house. Hello, Chris. He was one of our first buddies when we got onto YouTube, and a few of us got together and called us the Bucket Brigade because we still did water changes with buckets.
Hey, you know what? Whatever works.
Yes, a lot of us have upgraded to the Python now, which but I still use both.
Right.
Especially in an emergency situation, I'll stick that gravel vac tube in there and suck on that hose and start getting that water out as fast as I can.
In my fish room, I still use buckets for the reason is I'm starting to get into a lot of terrarium plants, and I use my fish water from the buckets to fertilize a lot of the plants. The plants just perk right up and color up amazing with that fish water.
Yep, another man's trash is someone's treasure. Again, something that we could recycle. And as long as you don't have salt in your water.
Right. Right. True. True.
Candy Overhauls, God bless her. She is really sharing your websites, the Facebook groups, and
Thank you so much.
pages. Thank you, Candy.
Thank
Make
you.
sure you watch his video. Great content. Of course, I'm not sure who she's talking about, but Jesse says, yeah, he's starting to sell duckweed now.
It works. Go on eBay. You'll be able to sell duckweed on eBay. There's people that can't grow it, and for whatever reason, they can't grow it, and too bad, because they've, I can grow it, unfortunately, but unfortunately enough, I'm able to sell it to those people that can't. People feed all kinds of animals with duckweed, and honestly, people fertilize plants with duckweed. So just because you think it's garbage and it's making your tank ugly doesn't mean somebody doesn't treasure what you're throwing out, because that's the God honest truth.
I've got a cute little story outside. I have a barrel planter that I planted my silver cedar tree in, and I was watering it with my aquarium water. And all of a sudden, the top of the water got like 2 inches thick in duckweed. And it set in direct sunlight at the front of the house. So I was scooping that duckweed out, and I ended up putting it in the quarantine tub out on my porch, the 40-gallon tub that I was
Right.
trying to save that koi with.
Right.
And jumped at the last minute after months of doctoring her. She jumped, and I'm like, ugh. But anyway,
oh, no.
my situation wouldn't have been able to house her very long anyway. And sometimes nature has its way of doing things. But now that 40-gallon is my duckweed tub.
Okay.
And
Goldfish love it.
yeah, my son-in-law came by and he goes, well, why are you growing that? I said, well, right beside it is a 125-gallon goldfish pond.
Yep.
So they love it.
They love it. They grow really fast when you feed them duckweed too.
Yes, and I'm not feeding them too heavy right now because of the water temperature fluctuation.
Of course. Yep, of course.
So I keep duckweed in there for them to nibble on.
I tell people the best things to feed goldfish to get them to grow. Number one, mosquito larvae. That's number one. They take care of that really well, and they grow really fast on that. And number two, duckweed. If you can give them 2 of those things on a regular basis, your goldfish will grow big and healthy really quick.
Well, there's their carbs and there's their protein.
That's right. Actually, duckweed has a lot of protein in it too.
Does it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Does it have any iron in it, would you think?
You know what? I would think that it probably does, but I don't know for sure. I can tell you it just depends on what's in the water, because did you know that Epcot Center actually uses duckweed for water purification to take out their heavy metals? And their duckweed has been tested and has been high in iron and different types of metals because it actually absorbs the metals out of the water.
Interesting. That's interesting. See, you're a scientist.
That's what gave me the idea of actually growing it to sell, because I'm like, if they're doing great things with it, somebody else is using it for other reasons.
And that's something. I know I've missed some questions here. Ooh. We've got Sherry's in the house. Sherry's Fish Room's in the house. Hey, Sherry.
Hello.
Already said hi. Let's see. Go ahead, Michael, if you've got something else.
I know. I'm just waiting to see all the people that are in the chat because I can't see it.
Yeah, we've got Big Easy. Mark is in the house. We've got Dan Slee. Dan Slee and Big Easy. I think Mark knows Michael by now. Yep. I'm not sure if Dan Slee does. I'd like to introduce you to Michael Eugenio. He is the owner of Green Oasis Farms in Arizona, and he also has I guess a branch is what I'm calling it.
It's actually more like a real farm in Florida. It's 5 acres. So here in Arizona, it's just small potatoes, and in Florida, we have 5 acres.
Wonderful. Have y'all filled the 5 acres yet?
No. It's going to be years before we fill that.
Going to be building a big fish house there, huh?
Yep, pretty soon. We're probably going to put up a 20-foot by 30-foot structure to do a lot of breeding projects with different types of fish as well on that property.
We got Aquarium Monster in here. Squad up. Hello, Mama and the Fish Fam. Hello, darling. How are you doing? That's Easy Money, but he changed his channel name to Aquarium Monster.
Okay. Okay.
Chris at Multi Tank Addiction says duckweed makes great flake food. Now you know I'm going to
Yes,
tear
it does.
it up. Flake food for Africans or Africans. Oh,
Yeah, African cichlids, and
okay, maybe it was
but
a typo.
but here's also too, turtles love duckweed.
Yes,
Turtles, you got aquatic turtles, they love that stuff.
yes, and plecos.
Plecos too. Yeah.
Yep.
Snails, you can make snello with duckweed. You can do a lot of stuff with it.
Yes, awesome. Jesse HC Aqua has to run. He's got a meeting. See you, Jesse. Thanks for
See you
coming.
later.
Aquarium Monster says that duckweed grows nice in his jar pond. I forgot he did a jar pond.
That's let me. You know what? I'm unfamiliar with it. Can you explain to me the jar pond or?
I can't explain it. I wished he was able to put a link.
I'll look it up. If I look up jar pond, will I find it? Or what's the name of the channel? Is it SC Aquatics?
Aquarium Monster.
Aquarium Monster. Okay, I'll look for Aquarium Monster and take a look.
Yeah, and Michael's at Freshwater Fish Freaks, he's telling a joke. Duckweed is for sale now. Bring home the bacon. Duckweed. Blake's Aquatics is saying hi. Hello, Blake. Good to have you with us tonight. If you all don't know Michael Eugenio, go over to YouTube and check him out and subscribe. Help him hit that 2,000 mark. You know, that's what the Fish Fam does. He's telling us about the beginning of Green Oasis Farms and where they're headed. They have a real farm, 5 acres down in Florida, and he's in Arizona. And they have another business that will be coming out soon. So be in touch with him on Facebook.
It's a collaboration with My Aquarium Box and Green Oasis Farms called Bettas Oasis. So we're really excited about that.
Amen. Let's see.
And all fans of the Trash Panda.
The Trash Panda. And hope everybody, not too many said AE that was in here, but I know Susie was up there at Q Aquatics, and Liz at One Fish, Two Fish ROC was up there. And I don't know if Jeremy's Wild World was up there or not. Was he?
I didn't see him. I looked for him, and I don't believe he was there. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't talked to him in quite some time. I'm really hoping to get in touch with him soon. I hope everything's okay with him.
Did Jesse at HC Aqua make it, or was that just King Lee and his family?
I'm not sure now. That's a good question.
I can't remember if Jesse made it or not. Of course, he had to.
All I have to say though is for anybody who did not make Aquatic Experience, please make it next year, because honestly, talk about fun. I mean, it was like being in Disney World for people that love aquariums. There was all kinds of stuff going on there, and it really was one big sense of community and family. I was telling Susan actually on a private phone call we had earlier, first thing we were setting up the My Aquarium Box booth with all the guys, and we got done early, and here comes Dustin from Dustin's Fish Tanks, and he needed help, and I ran and helped him, and he goes, "Hey, I'm surprised you helped." And I said, "Hey, we're all in for the same thing, same reason. I'm here to help you, whatever you need. You know, we're one team this overall."
Jesse asked a question before he left. Do you work with any wild bettas?
Yes. We were importing for a while wild betta imbolus from Thailand. And we actually had a lot. We had probably about 100 males and 100 females, and we recently sold out of all of them. So we'll probably make another order to Thailand soon to get them in.
How often do you actually does it take for the turnaround? Does it take weeks, months
to sell them all?
To order, to get them?
To get them. It depends. Most of the overseas shippers usually ship 2 times a month. So you want to make your order somewhat close to when they're going to ship out. And then once they ship out, it takes about 3 days or so to get to the transshipper, and the transshipper overnights them to me. because I only get live on arrival guarantee if I overnight.
All right. You remember earlier I was talking about, I read someone's line about watching your videos and Susie said she was talking about your videos. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's see. Liz is pushing for the like buttons. Hit that like button. We got 30 viewers right now, Michael.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's
Welcome. That's
Uh,
good.
Liz says that was King Lee and his family. Thank you, Liz. And then the Cove says she's got tickets for Sunday, March the 31st. That's Aquashella there in Houston, Texas, or Dallas.
I may or may not go. I'm not sure. I've been talking about it with some people, but we will see. I'm about 50-50 at this point.
We got Friday Fish Facts in the house. Hello, Friday Fish Facts. And let's see. Did you room? Daryl Deemer, did you room with Joseph? JH Aquatics.
I roomed with Greg. Me and Greg Jones shared a room, and we were right next door to Peck Tech, Sean Peck, and Mike from Mass Aquariums. But Joseph was close by. We spent some time with Joseph. We actually, believe it or not, spent a lot of time with Steve Poland. Steve Poland was a great guy. We spent a lot of time with him. We had a great, really overall was a great time.
That's great.
It's great. It's great to get to know everybody. You know, you watch their videos for years. I've looked up to those guys, and you watch their videos. You think they're, like, then you meet them as people, and you're like, wow, they're even cooler in person than they are in their videos.
Yeah, it's just human nature to kind of idolize someone. You idolize them and feel like, oh, they're a star. I'll never get to reach them or touch them. And then when you run into them and realize, hey, they're just human beings like I am, and I'm like, wow.
Well, I knew it was funny because I'll tell this story. I'm not going to go into too many details. It was a great night overall. So, we're walking through the streets of New Jersey over there, and then Mike from Mass gets a phone call. It's Rachel O'Leary, and Rachel O'Leary's like, hey, come meet me and Joey at this local bar. And we got there and we hung out with them, and it was a great time, just like normal people. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm talking, here's Joey, and I'm like, I have literally done every one of your DIYs, and I've watched almost every one of your video, and here he is right here, and we're sharing stories over a beer right now, me and Joey.
That is awesome. It does make the world smaller, doesn't it?
Yes.
It
really does.
It brings us together. So Eileen Queen says she's hoping to go to the AE this year. Awesome, Darcy. I'll be so glad to see you, and Liz and Susie and Michael and Rob and Racing's Naturals Aquariums. It's DeFreeze Aquariums now.
Rob DeFreeze, yeah. He just changed it. Yeah.
Yep, Rob just changed his. And anyway, if I missed a question, please repeat it. We've got a few more minutes. We're at 7:03 right now. And because Michael needs to take care of his little man, we're not going to stay much longer, but we've got a few more minutes. So if I missed a question or a statement, please repeat it. And I'm sorry I missed it. And Friday Fish Facts wants to know if anybody's going to the AGA in May. Now that's the AGA. What is the AGA?
You know what? It's one of those things off the tip of my tongue right now. I'm not going to be going, but I can tell you that I know people that said they are going. So if anybody can take some good footage, that would be awesome, because I'm not going to be there.
Yes, the AE Aquatic Experience is still in New Jersey this year.
Yep, still in New Jersey.
And I believe it's October the 11th, 12th, and 13th, if I'm correct.
That's what I heard. I'm pretty sure that's right.
I hope they leave it at that, because like I said, I can make it if it's that weekend, but the next weekend I can't make it. So I'm looking for a ride. I'm going to thumb it. Oh. Everybody's saying a wonderful, fun collab tonight. Michael, I just tell you, I really appreciate you. We kind of tease each other. Like, we'll say, we got to do a collab. So this time you actually reached out to me and you said, let's just do it. You said,
right.
And
so So funny enough, Susan says we have to do the collab, and she says hit me up after the New Year's. So I put it on my calendar, January 3rd, to set an alarm on my phone when I woke up January 3rd to hit her up, and I sent her a screenshot. I said, now you know, on January 3rd, I'm hitting you up first thing in the morning because my alarm is going to wake me up to contact Susan for the collaboration.
Yep, and it happened. And we got to do some more. We got to plan some more because as things change, I want to share with him and us get all involved and everybody get the word out that, you know, to watch for the changes, watch for the growth, watch for the increase. And please try to make an effort to be at the aquatic experience this year. He says it's going to be an awesome, awesome time.
Yes, it is.
And Liz says carpool with Bam, Sherry, and the Cove. Oh yeah, we ought to get together, rent a van, and head on up. That's what we need to do.
I want footage of that if that happens.
I might have to live stream the trip, huh?
You're gonna have to. In fact, if we talked about it last year, but this year for sure, I believe that Sean Peck, myself, Greg Jones, and Mike will be live streaming from the hotel room different board games that we decide to play because we may be thinking we're playing those board games, but it's definitely something else. And it's very entertaining to watch the little arguments that we get into on who's cheating and who's not cheating and who's really following the rules and who are not.
No, you got to make up rules as they go, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's a great time.
Yeah, that's great. That is just awesome.
And with that said, though, guys, I do want to say because I am a small channel, just like most of you guys, and you just never know who's watching your videos. You never know who's listening to what you have to say. So always be respectful, be kind, be a class act, and never burn your bridges. And you never know who you're going to be collaborating with in the future or starting up future businesses with. Anything is possible.
That's awesome. Yep, that's true. Mike, Freshwater Fish Freak says, I'll come pick you up, Susan. I know it's a bit of a commute. He's in Connecticut.
Yep. So going all the way down south to go back up north.
Yes. Oh, Liz says that she was surprised that I wasn't there. You better fix that this year. I was stuck working nights this year, Aquarium Monster said. Panda fam, hashtag Panda fam is what Liz is yelling.
That's right.
And Daryl says, well said. And then Mr. Bees is in the house. He's from Canada as well and managed to catch it. Thought I'd miss it. Hello, everyone. Hello, Brandon, Mr.
Hello.
Bees. We're getting ready to sign off. Is there anything else you want to wrap this up with, Michael? Go ahead.
I just want to thank everybody for all the continued support. I've been doing this now for the Green Oasis Farms for about 3 to going on 4 years. And I have to say overall, just everybody showing their support has been amazing. And I can't be happier. Everybody treats me so well when I see them in public, especially like Aquatic Experience or in general, if I run into people locally, it's the most amazing feeling in the world. And I really thank everybody for what you do and the comments you leave. And just sometimes people give me some great feedback and ideas too. So keep them coming, guys. And really, I really look forward to this year moving forward and doing collaborations with all of you. If you want, just reach out to me.
That's awesome. Michael, before you leave, Aquarium Monster, who is Easy Money, he says to tell you to pass on by later. He's going to do a live stream around 9 p.m. and I believe he's Eastern time. It might be a little late for you, but try to catch it. He said he'll check out the Jar Pond, great stream. Love is love always. So if you can catch him later, he'll be live at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
I will definitely try. I apologize if I don't make it because my kid has 103 fever and my wife right now is taking care of him and I want to kind of take that off her responsibility, but I will try to get on my phone and do that while doing that. But if I don't, I really do apologize.
Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We had 30 viewing at one time, and that is a record. And I want to thank Michael at Green Oasis Farms for being my special guest. This is collab number 1 of 2019. And Susan for SLC Aquatics loves you. And I want to say have a good night, and we will see you again soon. Love
Have a
you.
good night, everybody.
Bye bye.